Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading 2 Kings 10 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, And Ahab had 70 sons in Samaria, and Jehu wrote letters and sent to Samaria unto the rulers of Jezreel, to the elders and to them that brought up Ahab's children, saying, Now, as soon as this letter cometh to you, seeing your master's sons are with you, and there are with you chariots and horses, a fenced city also, and armor. Let even out the best and meetest of your master's sons, and set him on his father's throne, and fight for your master's house. But they were exceedingly afraid, and said, Behold, 2 kings stood not before him. How then shall we stand? And he that was over the house, and he that was over the city, the elders also, and the bringers up of the children, sent to Jehu, saying, Why are thy servants? And sorry guys, my apologies. We are thy servants, and will do all that thou shalt bid us. We will not make any king. Do thou that which is good in thine eyes. Then he wrote a letter the second time to them, saying, If ye be mine, and if ye will hearken unto my voice, take ye the heads of the men your master's sons, and come to me in Jezreel by tomorrow this time. Now the king's sons, being 70 persons, were with the great men of the city which brought them up. And it came to pass, when the letter came to them, that they took the king's sons, and slew 70 persons, and put their heads in baskets, and sent them to Jezreel. And there came a messenger, and told him, saying, They have brought the heads of the king's sons. And he said, Lay ye them in 2 heaps at the ending in of the gate until the morning. And it came to pass in the morning that he went out and stood, and said to all the people, Ye be righteous. Behold, I conspired against my master, and slew him. But who slew all these? Know now that there shall fall unto the earth nothing of the word of the Lord, which the Lord spake concerning the house of Ahab. For the Lord hath done that which he spake by his servant Elijah. So Jehu slew all that remained of the house of Ahab in Jezreel, and all his great men, and his kingfolks, and his priests, until he left him none remaining. And he arose and departed, and came to Samaria. And as he was at the shearing house in the way, Jehu met with the brethren of Ahaziah king of Judah, and said, Who are ye? And they answered, We are the brethren of Ahaziah, and we go down to salute the children of the king and the children of the queen. And he said, Take them alive. And they took them alive, and slew them at the pit of the shearing house, even 42 men, neither left ye any of them. And when he was departed thence, he lighted on Jehonadab, the son of Rechab, coming to meet him, and he saluted him, and said to him, Is thine heart right, as my heart is with thy heart? And Jehonadab answered, It is. If it be, give me thine hand. And he gave him his hand, and he took him up to him into the chariot. And he said, Come with me, and see my zeal for the Lord. So they made him ride in his chariot. And when he came to Samaria, he slew all that remained unto Ahab in Samaria, till he had destroyed him, according to the saying of the Lord, which he spake to Elijah. And Jehu gathered all the people together, and said unto them, Ahab served Baal a little, but Jehu shall serve him much. Now therefore call unto me all the prophets of Baal, all his servants, and all his priests. Let none be wanting, for I have a great sacrifice to do to Baal. whosoever shall be wanting, he shall not live. But Jehu did it in subtlety, to the intent that he might destroy the worshippers of Baal. And Jehu said, proclaim a solemn assembly for Baal, and they proclaimed it. And Jehu sent through all Israel, and all the worshippers of Baal came, so that there was not a man left that came not. And they came into the house of Baal, and the house of Baal was full from one end to another. And he said unto him that was over the vestry, bring forth vestments for all the worshippers of Baal. And he brought them forth vestments. And Jehu went, and Jehonadab the son of Rechab, into the house of Baal, and said unto the worshippers of Baal, search and look that there be here with you none of the servants of the Lord, but the worshippers of Baal only. And when they went in to offer sacrifices and burnt offerings, Jehu appointed 80 men without, and said, if any of the men whom I have brought into your hands escape, he that letteth him go, his life shall be for the life of him. And it came to pass, as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, that Jehu said to the guard and to the captains, go in and slay them, let none come forth. And they smote them with the edge of the sword, and the guard and the captains cast them out, and went to the city of the house of Baal. And they brought forth the images out of the house of Baal, and burned them. And they brake down the image of Baal, and brake down the house of Baal, and made it a draught house unto this day. Thus Jehu destroyed Baal out of Israel. Albeit from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin, Jehu departed not from after them, to wit, the golden calves that were in Bethel, and that were in Dan. And the Lord said unto Jehu, because thou hast done well in executing that which is right in mine eyes, and hast done unto the house of Ahab according to all that was in mine heart, thy children of the 4th generation shall sit on the throne of Israel. But Jehu took no heed to walk in the law of the Lord God of Israel with all his heart, for he departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, which made Israel to sin. In those days the Lord began to cut Israel short, and Azael smote them in all the coasts of Israel, from Jordan eastward, all the land of Gilead, the Gadites, and the Reubenites, and the Manassites, from Aroer, which is by the river Arnon, even Gilead and Bashan. Now the rest of the acts of Jehu, and all that he did, and all his might, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel? And Jehu slept with his father, and they buried him in Samaria. And Jehoahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. Jehoahaz. And the time that Jehu reigned over Israel in Samaria was 28 years. Alright guys, so we see where the Lord is just, he is true to his words, and he rewards those who serve him and those who carry out his will. And here we see where Jehu did well in the sight of the Lord, being that he slew all the worshippers of Baal, something that the kings before never did. Even when they acknowledged God, they still did not tear down the house of Baal. They kept them there still. And here you have Jehu stepping in, Jehu appointed by the Lord to be king over Israel, stepping in and actually executing zeal for the Lord, showing his zeal for the Lord by executing the Lord's plans, by executing what the Lord had actually spoken with his words when he gave that charge, when he gave those words to Elisha. And we see where even though Jehu did that and showed his zeal for the Lord, he still did not walk in the way of the Lord and follow all the Lord's laws and statutes. He didn't hold them dear to his heart, and so he departed from them. And here we see where it is that he basically caused Israel to sin yet again, just like Jeroboam. And even so, the Lord kept his promise to him. He told him that he would actually keep the kingdom within it to his fourth generations. Okay? And the most important thing I want you to see here in this chapter is that the Lord rewards those who are actually obedient to his will. Okay? Because here you see he took Jehu and he raised Jehu to office, and Jehu killed who the Lord wanted to kill, and he executed it so well, whereas he had treasury. There's so many things that he did. He was just very zealous for the things of God. He was zealous to actually be obedient to God and useful to God. And so he was greatly rewarded for that. And let me tell you, I told you already in a previous chapter of when the Lord actually rewarded his servant, where that young man had brought in one of the women of the land, which God had said that the children of Israel should not cohabitate with and should not have relations with. And he brought that woman into the house, into the assembly of the Lord, and that servant killed both of them, and God had rewarded him through Moses. And so we see basically the same thing is happening here. It's like a pattern. The Lord, he stands true to who he actually is, to his basic core principles. He remains true to them always. So he has a reward system, as well as he has a system for punishing those who do not obey him and do not walk within his statutes and his laws. And so I'm going to urge you all to remain on that side where you're rewarded and not the side where you are punished. Continue to walk in the way of the Lord. Continue to seek him. Continue to serve him. Continue to love him with all your heart. And for those of you who have not yet started on that journey, I urge you to do so, because as you see, the Lord rewards. He has a reward system, and he has a system where he punishes those that need to be punished. Okay? And we want to be on the side that we're rewarded, because the rewards can be so great. We've seen many rewards from time to time: riches, wisdom, knowledge, power, might. There's so many different rewards that are given by the Lord, and you don't know what your reward might be, but you want to get that reward. Okay? And I mean, we're always actually certain that we'll gain salvation as long as we follow in the word of the Lord and go and live according to his words. Okay, so that is something that we're certain is there for us. That's a reward in and of itself. And so I urge you all to seek it. Okay? I do that in all the videos at the end, but yeah. Alright guys, so please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted to whenever a new audio video is posted. And also remember to share your thoughts, your revelations, and anything you'd like to share down below in the comment section. Okay, remember your thoughts, your revelations, your comments, just leave them down below. You never know, it could open up a new topic for us. It could help me to understand something, it could help somebody else. Even a question can sometimes be an answer to someone else. So your question can actually be an answer to another individual. So you never know. And that's just how the Lord works. So just leave your thoughts, your comments, and your revelations down below. And you never know what might happen. You never know who you might touch. You never know what might occur. So just whatever the Lord leads you to do it. Alright? So guys, I'm gonna leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.